And I know that Katie Steiner is from Minnesota.
Right.
So she usually tells us that it's not cold, but she has some kind of kitten on her hand. So I'm going to assume that she is cold.
She picked
Katie?
up a couple of cats.
I love it.
That's what it is.
Katie, what is that?
I support your girl.
You know, it's a glove. Although, can we talk about, I just want to tell you my wardrobe malfunction. So I just went to get these mittens. So this mitten is fine, but guys, they forgot to sew the thumb hole for this mitten. So I don't have a thumb on this mitten, but they're mittens and they're from Marshalls. So I guess that's what you get when you go and buy things that are cheap, right? But anyway, we're out here at New Orleans and it is pretty cold this morning, although, as you said, I'm from Minnesota, so 45 degrees isn't really that cold for us in Minnesota. But it's pretty cold for all of us down here in New Orleans. But tomorrow is going to be even colder, as Chris has said. So the city of New Orleans and surrounding parishes are on standby just in case it does get colder. So in fact, in St. Tammany Parish, you have people that are on standby for sand in case that we do see a little bit of that snow, just in case that all of the roads do not freeze. So they are on standby. You also have Tangipahoa Parish that is on standby as well. On the North Shore, it could get a little bit colder than it could get on the South Shore. But what New Orleans is doing is they have a freeze plan in place, and that means that you have 4 shelters that are open for the public for free. People can come in there if you need to get out of the cold weather. You can find those shelters on our website. That happens normally when the wind chill, or what it feels like outside, is lower than 35 degrees. So what the city is planning on doing, and really the rest of the parishes all around, is they're going to be on standby today, because today, that is when things could get a little chillier outside. So GOHSEP, that is the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness, they are going to be having a call-in meeting at 2 p.m. They do this a lot. You see it a lot during hurricane season, and now since it's going to be a little cold, they're going to do that as well. So they're going to have the National Weather Service in on this phone call, and that's when they're going to be making the decision about possible school closures or other things like that, government closures. So all of those decisions are going to be making after this meeting at 2 p.m. So we should hear a little bit more information this afternoon if any schools are planning on closing or any government offices are planning on closing. But as for now, it's pretty chilly out here. You've got about 40 degrees, 47 degrees is what Chris says. So it's a little chilly, guys. I know you are enjoying being in the studio, but I am enjoying being outside because it is really nice out here. And finally, you have Canal Street looking like a winter wonderland out here, and now it feels like a winter wonderland, so it's great. I'm happy. I don't know about you guys.
Miss Minnesota, are
Yeah.
you feeling this? You like this kind of weather, right?
I love this kind of weather. I don't heat my house, and so I woke up this morning, it was 65 degrees, and I was like, yes, I love my life.
no.
It's great.
See, I'm with her. I'm
But
from here, but I'm with her. I
The
like it.
kittens were probably cold, though.
However, can we see that dangling thumb?
Yeah, give us that thumb one more
Where's
time.
that thumb
No,
dangling?
we want the one without the hole, without the thumb hole. That is tragic. That is
This one
tragic,
doesn't have
Katie.
the hole.
It looks like I made it.
That's
It looks like I was sewing
I'm
that.
gonna try to see if I can fix it, but
I love it.
Yeah, because Katie can sew, she
know.
can cook. This
That's
woman
true.
does it all.
She
can-
Yeah.
what do
might
you
have
do?
made those.
Let's
She
not
might have
say
made
that too
those.
loud,
Katie.
Chris.
She might have made those and
Enjoy
then
your
said,
cold weather. She's hilarious.
She made them and then said, "Oh, forgot the thumb. I bought these."
That was hilarious.
I wouldn't
love
be
it.
surprised. She actually sews, cooks. I always say
She does.
No,
She
she's
does
like-
it all.
She really does. She
So
really
homely. Like, I love it.
Oh yeah, she's one of those. She could survive on her own in life. I need stores.
necessary. She could survive.
All right, it is freezing today. Talk about those temps.
And it's a nice time to put on that cute knit cap. And Katie Steiner is live on Canal Street, looking beautiful this morning. Hey, Katie.
Oh, Sally Ann, you are so sweet. If we're outside, we might as well be able to put on a cute hat and some mittens and our jacket, of course, right? So the big thing is make sure that you are prepared for the cold weather and layer up, where even if you need to wear a couple of jackets, do that, because then you'll be warm. I have 2 pairs of leggings on as well, and a sweatshirt, and 2 jackets, and my mittens, and my gloves. So just be prepared, wear a lot of clothing. So a lot of parishes are doing some things to make sure that they are prepared for the cold weather. So we have it all broken down here. So you've got St. Tammany Parish up on the North Shore. They have people standing by for sand on the roads, just in case that rain overnight turns a little icy. They are going to have people that are going to be on the roads checking them out. You also have Tangipahoa Parish. They have salt and sand at the ready as well. So here in New Orleans, And they have a freeze plan in place until Saturday. And that freeze plan goes, if it feels like less than 35 degrees outside, then they open they have 4 shelters that are going to be open for people who need to get out of the cold. The next thing is you have a GO-SEP meeting. That's today at 2 p.m. So what they're gonna do here is they're gonna have the National Weather Service. This is something that parishes can actually call in. So they're gonna be talking about the potential of closing schools and government, any offices that want to close. They're gonna be talking about what is happening, what the cold weather is going to be like, and that's why they have the National Weather Service there, so they can really monitor the situation and then make the calls on if anyone is going to close schools at that point. So again, that meeting starts at 2 o'clock today, so we should know a little bit more information. Those decisions on if anything closes tomorrow, that's all going to be happening this afternoon. So just stay tuned to WWL, and also on our website at WWL TV, we'll let you know if there are any closures tomorrow morning. Reporting live from downtown, Katie Steiner, Eyewitness News.
And when we're used to warm weather, cold weather is big news here. All right, thanks, Katie.
Actually, the city of New Orleans has activated its freeze plan. Katie Steiner is live on Canal Street this morning. And Katie, I know we are seeing temperatures in the 40s, which for us is very cold.
I know, it is very chilly out here, and we've been talking to people all morning, and some people like the cold weather, some people don't really like the cold weather. But if you like the cold weather, you are going to love tomorrow, because it is going to be even colder. And we've been hearing Chris talk about it all morning long, a potential of seeing some flurries. Now, that probably won't be sticking to the grounds, but some of the parishes in our area are not taking any chances. So St. Tammany Parish, they have people on standby tonight, watching the roads, making sure that they do not ice over, and they're going to have some sand if necessary. You also have Tangipahoa Parish. They have salt and sand on the ready as well. So those 2 parishes are watching out for freezing road conditions. Now here in New Orleans, you have that freeze day that is happening, the freeze plan. That's when they open 4 different shelters, all free to the public. They do that when it feels like less than 35 degrees. So that is going to be happening until Saturday. So those shelters are going to be open. Now GO-SEP, that's the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. That's going to be having a meeting at 2 p.m. today. So that's something that all of the parishes can call into. They're going to have the National Weather Service there, and that's when they're going to be talking about possibly all of the preparations and possible school closures and government closures. So we're going to see if anything like that happens. We will see that coming tonight or this afternoon. But as I said, we've been talking to people all morning long, and some people like the cold weather, some people don't like the cold weather, but everybody seems to be prepared for it.
I got my hoodie on the back, and my jacket. I'm feeling nice, feeling kind of warm.
I got on some long drawn, 2 sweaters. It's cold.
Do you like the cold weather?
No, ma'am. I'm a tropical boy. I like the summer.
It feels like Christmas.
And I totally agree. It feels like Christmas. We're in December, that time of year. I love this kind of weather. But Sheba, originally from Minnesota, it's 13 degrees there. I will take this 45 degrees any day of the week. How about you?
Katie,
like the cold
I'm
or the warm?
actually headed to Minnesota tomorrow, so I'm going to get a taste of your 13-degree weather. I'll be appreciative more of our 40 degrees.
Woohoo! Well, enjoy it.
I like your grateful spirit. All right, guys.
You will after a weekend there for sure.
Certainly.